Hello, thanks for joining me today. Today's counselling conversation is going to be around counselling for childhood issues. Now, these can cover a whole range of things, and childhood adversity can impact on our mental health, our communication skills throughout our life, our relationship patterns. All sorts of areas can be impacted, and many without our realising it. So we're talking neglect, we're talking family violence, we're talking domestic violence going on around you, we're talking alcoholic parents, parents who are drug addicts, bereavement, the loss of caregiver when you're very young, poverty in itself, being the smelly kid at school, being the person who doesn't have the latest trainers, whatever it is, it can have an impact on how you then interact with the world. And of course, a parent with a mental health issue. So sometimes there's no learnt behaviour because the parent is too busy dealing with whatever the issue is in order to lead the way by their behaviour. So there's no learnt behaviour. There's no ideas of what boundaries look like. In a previous video called The Shark Cage, I talk about building your boundaries and what they look like and how it can impact you if you have a parent who didn't have a set of boundaries in order for you to recognise what they look like, so you then don't develop your own at a rate that's suitable for you. Coping strategies, zoning out in order to protect yourself. Drink, drugs, food, exercise, using the same coping strategies that you might have thought were coping strategies in your childhood for somebody else, or that they help you not feel the pain of what you dealt then and realise in your life now, or that you don't feel any pain at all because you don't do feelings. It's not healthy for you to do feelings because they're too painful. Whereas actually, if we look at those feelings, it can help release the weight of having to keep that pain in. So often it can leave you as an adult with this sense of having low communication skills, shame, guilt, blame. Do I have to hide things about my past? If I talk about this in relationships, what will they think of me? That we didn't always have tea, or that my mum was often on the couch drunk, or that my dad took drugs and our house was surrounded by that. There's lots of things as an adult, and you then want to communicate and develop in your own direction that this past baggage comes with you. So it can cause your own mental health issues, it can cause depression, anxiety, and as we've talked about, addiction. So sometimes it's about working with that kind inner voice that I often talk about, and the acceptance of that we cannot change what happened in the past, and that by looking at others with blame, they should have, why didn't they, might be feelings that we need to work together in counselling in order to get them to a place of acceptance. But that's not where your healing lies, because that's about the healing, not about the blame, the guilt and the shame. But it's about working with them to get them into a place that we feel comfortable to accept we are who we are because we came from what we came from, and that makes us a resilient survivor, and that we have a whole range of skills that we might not realise we have because we're covering them with coping strategies that are not helpful. So working with a counsellor, we can define your skills, we can celebrate the strengths of your survival, we can look at your resilience, look at how often there is a highly empathetic person towards others in difficult times, that we can look and we can recognise when somebody has come from somewhere that might not have been a healthy place for them at the time. Through education, we're open to new things and ideas because we now know what a place of safety looks like. We're no longer in the past, and we don't need to carry that with us because it's about celebrating today and being able to take that forward. So our insights, our drive for success, if good coping strategies are engaged and we have all of these survival skills, that's a great combination. and counselling can help you come to a place of being open to that change about where you've come from, where you are. That was kind of just a whistle-stop tour, as it were, of childhood issues and how sometimes as an adult we are reliving what we've been through. We are reliving what happened in the past, and that it's about working with somebody you feel comfortable with in order to discover that there are other paths and other choices and other coping strategies that you can have a look at, and that it's okay to let go of them, to embrace them, to do whatever it is that as an individual we find helpful. So as always, thank you for your time. Please leave some comments. I always think people are so quiet online and yet everybody's talking to me in the background. So please leave some comments, subscribe, like. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, all of the other places to try and communicate to people that actually communication is a good thing in whatever form. So take care and thank you. Bye-bye.